Hello, I'm Frank Barrett and I'm here at the offices of Trailfinders in West London to talk to the founder, Mike Gooley, who famously began his life as a soldier in the SAS and is now running one of Britain's most successful travel companies which specialises in selling cheap tickets and other forms of independent travel. Mike, you were famously in the SAS. What preparation was being in the army and the SAS to running, what is now one of Britain's most successful travel companies?
Well, I think strangely very appropriate. For a start, of course, you do quite a lot of travel and in very remote places. And the army is essentially, organisation. It is having people in the right place at the right time and so on, and so is travel. People expect to be sent to the right airport, the right terminal at the right time, and arriving at their hotel, they expect the room that they expected and asked for to be there. So it is really about organisation, so I think it's very helpful.
When Trailfinders first started, it's what was known at the time as a bucket shop. It dealt in cheap tickets. The business has changed a lot now and it's gone a lot more towards the internet. Did you wonder at one stage whether you'd be able to survive the onrush of technology?
I think quite naturally people felt a sense of empowerment, and we did lose particularly short haul, which actually in some senses is no great loss. We used to book bucket loads to Amsterdam and Paris, and it actually costs us money to do it. The internet does have its drawbacks and it does have its frailties. Our single advantage, I believe, is speed. The actual process of booking on the telephone, where after all you can speak comfortably at 300 words a minute. I'm probably doing rather better than that at the moment. And you can interrupt. So you can stop a process which is irrelevant. We receive 50,000 phone calls a week, so we're very aware of what the market rate is anywhere. It is possible on the internet to get really stung because you're not sure how to compare something. And once you introduce more components beyond straightforward point-to-point airfare, it becomes complicated exponentially because each thing relies on another thing.
I suppose another part of it is that you have a travel agent who can help you out if things go wrong. Is that important?
I think to stay sane, we all have to believe when we make an arrangement that nothing untoward is going to happen, despite the evidence where airline strikes, air traffic control strikes, tsunamis, SARS, Gulf wars happen with horrible regularity. And what I like to think about Trailfinders is that when something like that happens, we proactively look at alternative arrangements and contact our clients if they haven't already contacted us. And I think it's another flaw in the internet. You're out in cyberspace when something happens.
But for something like 9/11, presumably that was too big for even you to try and sort out.
Well, interestingly, we had, I used to know the precise number, I think 36,000 something other clients immediately affected. And within 8 days, bar a few stragglers we couldn't find and they hadn't contacted us, we had, if you like, sorted it out. Whereas I know for a fact that one leading internet thing, that it was almost 3 weeks for someone to get even an answer on the telephone, and the person who answered the telephone couldn't help them.
What about airlines going bust? You have a guarantee that...
Yes, most recent MaxJet, and none of our clients suffered. We they either had a full refund or we used those funds to book them on another airline, and we've been doing that. I think the first one to fail, probably about 1974, that we were involved in was Air Siam. And it's quite a long list, one rather forgets, the Big Orange and Laker, and it is a very long list.
But looking back now, which has been the most fun of your career, being in the SAS, in the army, or in travel?
Oh, I've enjoyed both enormously, and I wouldn't be without either. I think I'm probably quite glad I left the army at the point that I did, just young enough to take up a new kind of vocation, if you like.
But killing people with your bare hands, does that come in handy in a travel business?
Well, it did in the beginning because we lost money for the first 7 years. So I can't fancy myself as a handyman. So I was actually rewiring Earls Court Road and moving the telephones and that kind of thing, and even painting it.
But not killing anybody?
No, one's had one's temptations here and there. But
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, Frank.